Hello Tubesters, it's Gav. Welcome to another one of my videos. I think we can just squeeze this little one in 144 scale Revell Panavia Tornado. You can build the German IDS version. Now I'm not sure if the Italian version is known as IDS or if they've got their own version. And the Royal Air Force's GR1. Marine Flieger configuration from the early 80s. So my photographic research has shown me. Usual bump on the back, a few colours. Sorry about my grubby nails. I won't do anything about them now. I have opened it, not the plastic, but just the decals were there, and so I had a look at those. My life, you wait till you see those. Love the Tornado. After the Starfighter, F-104 Starfighter from Lockheed, the Panavia Tornado is my favourite. The Tornado was a collaboration between the UK, Germany, or West Germany as it was then, and Italy. Italy and Germany still fly the Tornado. We binned it, and I say that with a lot of acid because it didn't need to be binned. However, we are famous now for being the country that is rushing towards disarmament at a rapid rate. Leave it to the machines. All of our frontline, most of our frontline aircraft were scrapped. The Harrier. I mean, we've had an aircraft carrier, new aircraft carrier for 10 years, was it, with no aircraft on, apart from rotary. The only time it ever probably may have had aircraft on was probably Harriers from, I don't know, Spain, whatever. Anyway, let it go, Gav, let it go. This is my second favourite aircraft, very close behind the Starfighter. In 148 scale, the Italeri one isn't supposed to be very good. I don't know. Although I like these aircraft, I'm not saying I'm some expert on them. I hear the Revell one in 170. Well, all this one in 72s and one in 48. So supposed to, the Italeri ones aren't supposed to be very good. Is that right? Shape wise, the Revell ones are okay, but they're just showing their age a bit now. It'll be interesting to see which company comes up with a Tornado first, because it's surely, I can't believe that nobody's built a modern. I'm crossing my fingers that Kinetic say will bring one out and do a good job as they did on the Starfighter. That would be brilliant. But I won't hold my breath. So I decided to get this 144. Mara of the channel, Richard, had sent me a care parcel, and in it there was some Great War fighters from Vallum. I thought, I wonder what they'll do in this scale for post-war jets. Because my Mara Beetle had sent me a book on the modelling the Starfighter, and there's a 1 in 144 scale, and I couldn't find one out there, but I found this Tornado, and I could build dozens of Tornadoes in different scales. I think they're fantastic. Anyway, let's take a look. One bag altogether. It's just a heat sealed one, very crispy as usual. So I'll open that off camera for you. We have, I can't remember if these are actually in between the instructions, but let's have a quick squiz at the decals. They are Carrera Revell Europe. So making them as you will. We've got the Royal Air Force, we've got the German. I will probably be doing the Marine Flieger. I like to do a lot of Luftwaffe post-war. I'll do Tornadoes in Royal Air Force, don't worry. We've got some cockpit bits and pieces, decal-wise, lots of teeny tiny stencils. We've got walkways, national markings, obviously walkways depending on what aircraft you're doing. So I believe, I'll actually do when we get to the call outs, it does say what the year they were based on. So I won't just say I believe, we'll actually do it properly. But they all look fantastic, don't they? In register to you? I'm never very good at that, but they look in register to me. That's good enough for me. I've seen a couple of these done really, really well. I think it aids it to do a airbrush as hard as it may be on this scale than a paintbrush. I've seen paintbrush ones and they just look a bit thick on the paint, and that's just my opinion. Don't shoot me. If you're a brush painter, crack on. I brush paint figures all the time. Let's have a look at this. This is the GR1 Panavia Tornado Zulu Alpha 590 Echo, number 9 Squadron, Royal Air Force, RAF Hollington, 1982, with that lovely wraparound scheme. I'll definitely be doing one of those when I get another one. Whether it's this scale or larger, we shall see if this one works. There's our Luftwaffe, not Luftwaffe, Marineflieger. So yes, the German Navy operates aircraft. It doesn't have an aircraft carrier, it doesn't need one. But again, Panavia Tornado 4371. I'm just going to say MFG 1 to process that through my brain. Marineflieger, Schleswig Jägerl Air Base 1984, and that's the baby we shall be doing for this one. What I like about these, they get really gungy, as we used to say in the army, so dirty, and you'll find all up to usually the national marking up there if it's German. You find a lot of gunge around those areas and underneath, and there's all nations. I want to do Italian ones as well. It's just you have to get the decals for them, but they've got some lovely colour schemes. Obviously, when you go up the scale on these, they've got some lovely celebration schemes on the tails and tiger meats and all this, and they do a tiger meat one, I think, in this scale. I was watching somebody build it, and they said the decals for the actual tiger bits, they're all up in small pieces, and it was quite a chore to get them to line up. So I'm glad I'm starting off with a nice grey and white one. It's got, obviously tells you which weapons and tanks and hard points to load them, to load them onto. Now again, I will go away and look at a photograph and decide what I'm going to have on mine. Obviously, the Royal Air Force version, you get a lot more by the look of it, but I'm doing the Marineflieger one, so it would be Sidewinders, tanks, and the Bose 101 pod. I have no idea what a Bose 101 pod is. I shall have to look that up. It's not a targeting pod, is it? Because they normally have one under the wing, one of those long pole things. I don't know. Anybody knows what a Bose 101 pod is before I get onto the internet? Let me know. A quick look at the instructions. I'm sorry about the lack of space as always. If I put the big tripod on, Nugget's in with his mum at the moment. She's working. He's lying next to her, but in the other room. However, if he comes clip-clopping in here, as soon as he sees this a big tripod, it'll be a toy to him, and it'll be over in 2 seconds. So again, scale-wise, a lot of people, you often say, oh, they only take 5 minutes to do a build and that, and they probably do. But I think, I'd treat this as you would do any model. You do get the sweat. You can sweep the wings. I believe, if memory serves me rightly, obviously because of the airflow, the aerodynamics, whatever you want to call it, I believe the hard points don't they move as the wing swings. The stores move, in tandem. Is it obviously to get it? Obviously, you don't want them pointing inwards or something. If we're out, well, I don't know. I think they wouldn't. They're obviously not going to move in a model. But the wings actually do move. I'll have mine just out because the Tornado, if you didn't know, was a swing wing aircraft like the Tomcat, I believe. I'm going to get shot down now, aren't I? Because I only know what I know, which isn't a great deal. We've got our refueling probe. As I'm not having her in flight, I did think about. I'm still debating whether to have this in flight. I was trying to look for those cards, those basing cards where you can have all they take a photograph, like, well, it's all computer driven, isn't it? But where the it's flying low and you can see the blurriness of the trees and all that. Well, they must do sea bases as well, the same as that. And I could just picture this thumping over the North Sea on exercise, about to take on a NATO, frigate or destroyer as an air attack exercise. That's the way Gav's looking at it anyway. So you get to all your stores. That's a nice look at, isn't it? Again, GR1. You get tempted to do the GR1 just because the amount of stores that's hanging off it. So I'm surprised it got off the ground. But I am sticking to my. I do like a lot of the German stuff, and I will be doing a Marine Flieger this time around anyway. Right, there you go. So let's have a look at the plastic. Let's see the clear parts and how exactly clear or scratched to pieces they are, as this has been, as usual, rolling around in the bag. You know when they say pays your money, takes your choice, obviously Revell thinks at 1 in 144 scale, if you paid just a tenner or under, you don't really deserve a bag for your clear parts, you cheapskates. Yes, I am a cheapskate, I don't care. So, yeah, we'll see if we can mask that on the inside as well. How hard could it be? Right, so that's our clear part. So if you right, Gav, why don't you just get the crispy bag out of the way so it's not sounding, especially as it sounds like a bag of crisps. My nuggets will be in a flash. We've got the nose and cockpit area, or as I hear people call it, the office. Yeah, I know things. Here's our swing wings. I did have the real privilege of seeing Royal Air Force tornadoes. There's a couple of tornadoes down, or there was when I was in the 90s, down at MPA, so Mount Pleasant Air Base down in the Falklands, when I was an infantry soldier on garrison duty, and we share the base with the RAF, or as we like to call them, the crabs. And I love just standing there watching those tornadoes. Or I don't know if they're both flying at once. The cuts were already happening, but I do believe both were up at sometimes at the same time, and it was fantastic just watching them. Because they've got clear skies a lot over there, and yeah, if I wasn't watching the helicopters, we had a Chinook there and Sea King, a naval Sea King, if I remember rightly, or an RAF anti-submarine Sea King. I can't remember. I did go in there once, and obviously there was a Bristow Pumas which used to trundle us around. No, they weren't Pumas, Gav. They were more Sea Kings, but civilian operated on contract to the military. But yeah, watching the tornadoes do their thing over MPA and the surrounding area was just absolutely fantastic. Because I mean, obviously, if you're an RAF person and you're on a base like that, you see them all the time, and it's probably like being working in a chocolate factory. And once you've had one chocolate, that's enough. But yeah, for someone like me who likes that type of stuff, it was brilliant. So and as I don't actually live in North Wales or anywhere where they do the Mac, or they used to do the Mac Loop. I never got to see them before that, or after that. But I was enthralled for the 4.5 months we were down there. Any chance I could get to see the tornadoes doing their thing. So sidewinders, hard points, fuel tanks, Bose pod. Yeah, whatever a Bose pod is. Is it a targeting pod? Is it a pod? So it'd be a targeting pod, I take it. Fuel tanks and things. I'll have to look all these up. It was a lot easier with the old SA-80 and a couple of grenades and a general purpose machine gun. You knew where you were, you know what I mean? Laser guided bombs, I know those. If I don't know the exact designation for them. Really, really nice little kit. To be honest with you, I'm looking through my mobile and all the greasy finger marks and everything on it, but I can't see that much flash or anything on this. As you can see, it's a fairly simple kit to go together. I think it'll be more, well, obviously if we've got to do any filling and that, I don't know yet, but apart from that, it'll just be getting the paint job right, I think, in the decals. Really nice detail on there. I don't know much about it. I shall get myself a book. That's what Gav tends to do. Um, it's all right researching on the web, and you can blow up photographs and that. But I like a book. I'm old school, so I shall find a book that's cheap on the web for the Tornado, and it's different variants throughout the. Saudi Arabia, by the way, also um, operates these as well, and are still operating them, I believe. But I really do like my NATO stuff. My next larger scale aircraft I shall buy. I am tempted by the Edward P40. I was watching Jamie Hago's unboxing and stuff, and I thought, yeah, I'd have to get one of those if just sticking the stash. But going back to Edward, I'm going to get myself M40. No, an M458. That's a tank. I'm going to get myself a MiG. You say MiG, Gav? You with your a MiG, and I'm going to get a MiG 21 that Edwards do, but I want to do it in NATO, like a Polish one in NATO service, as I call it. So post Warsaw Pact, Soviet Union type rubbish. So it's going to be a Slovak one or a Czechia one, that type of thing, Romanian in NATO service. And I'd love to do that. I'd like to get a Su-22 as well. I mean, it's supposed to be a bit of a hard kit for somebody like me who doesn't do a lot of kits. Let's put it that way. Is it? I can't remember the blooming company that does it. Kitty Hawk, is it? No, that's Kitty. No, that's I can't remember which one does it now, but it's supposed to be a bit of a hard one for somebody I would imagine my skills to put together. But would love to do a Su-22 in again Polish colours. I think that would be all Romanian. They look really nice. But the MiG, I'm going for the Edward MiG next. I think MiG 21 in 1 in 48, and I will look at Tornado if one came up at the right price. And people say it's good enough. I mean, you've got to be a bit careful because people disrespect kits for their own reasons, and they're perfectly valid reasons a lot of the time. But it can steer you away. I just think if a kit can be made with a bit of effort, I don't mind that. It's just I'm a bit, as you know, because of my mental health problems, I can get bogged down in instructions too much, and everything becomes a blur, and then it just saps it out of me because I often put things in the wrong place because I'm not. It's not so much not concentrating. I can't process stuff that I'm looking at through my brain and tell my hands what to do. So next project's coming up that I will get, not until I've done me. Beetle got me my Starfighter. I love the Starfighters, and he bought me a Starfighter, and it's getting built. It's getting built as the next large build, if that makes sense. I'm working on a tank at the moment, getting another car out the way, and when that's done, the kinetic. It was Kitty Hawk Sue, wasn't it? That's it, yeah. And the kinetic F-104 Starfighter will be up next. That's got photo etch to go in it, and which he got me. And I also bought, before he got that, I'd actually bought myself because I'm doing a 2-seater trainer version. It was just came up cheap on eBay, and I knew it was cheap because I've been looking at stuff already. And that's I've got the old Hasegawa one. Was it done by Italeri? But it had no decals, so I've got some decals and probably a Norwegian one or a Taiwanese one. But I've got the single seat photo etch for that already, so we're ahead of the game there. But I won't build that until I've decided on do a Tornado or do a. I'm thinking the Edward MiG 21s only because they're fairly cost effective. I mean, you can get them for under with the probably about under 25 quid, 23 quid. I'd like to get a Profi Pack one which already has the photo etching and stuff. And we'll have a go at that. But we'll also, I wouldn't mind doing a larger scale Tornado. We'll see. Let's just enjoy this one anyway, and my First World War ones that Richard sent me. So I'm looking. That's I thought this would all be flashed up. I thought again, I've never. I have looked at. I always get a bit wary about people looking at people building them and saying, "Oh, this is wrong and this is wrong and this is wrong," only because it can sometimes put you off, and you might actually want to build it. So, yeah, I'm presuming there's nothing majorly wrong with this. I'm not saying body wise or shape wise or anything like that, but I just mean like fit wise. I don't want to. I want to. I'll build it with the wings out, as if she's on the ground, because she obviously folds them in, going because these were mainly used low. Well, they were used for just about. They were made of all work really, but I think they were basically a low level strike aircraft. Obviously, in the first Gulf War, um, we used them to crater runways and things like that. We lost several, a couple to friendly fire, I think. I think the Italians that were flew in the first Gulf War, they lost one to ground fire. The Germans obviously use them again. The Marine Flieger use them for ship busting and stuff. So yeah, lovely, lovely aircraft, and again, you can do a lot with them. So anyway, it's a really small aircraft that will probably fit in the palm of your hand, and a really long video. But when are they not? When you come to Gas Channel. So look after yourselves. For anybody that's getting sick of kits and stuff like that, there is some wargaming figures coming up. So some Napoleonic 28mm. I've got an unboxing of some plastic Victrix Chasseurs of the Guard coming up as well. So there's bits and pieces. I had hoped to get this one out yesterday, but Beatles' parcel arrived, and I wanted to get that out for his sake, so he could see what was in the box as well. Anyway, look after yourselves. Thanks for stopping by. If you're stuck with it, thank you very much. Go build a Tornado. They're beautiful aircraft, still in service. And if you go on to just want to look at photographs, or go on YouTube, some cracking anniversary schemes that they plaster all over the tails, both the Germans and the Italians. Royal Air Force did a fair few as well. Ours, on the whole, tended to be a bit more sedated. The Germans really go to town on this. So yeah, you might want to just go and look at those if you don't want a grubby standard squadron version. Right, I'm off. You look after yourselves.